Hey everybody, so I wanted to get on, I wanted to get on to let you know that I'm going to do the meditation will probably be later tonight, if not in the morning again. I'm going to try and do it tonight though, but um, I did have a beer with dinner, so we'll see how it goes. But I did want to get on because I did one of his morning meditations this morning, like a 30-minute one, I think what it was. And this one, it's actually really similar to the one I'm doing. So I was like, I thought about changing, but I didn't really want to like change the meditation, but it's actually like really similar, except it's shorter, of course, but you just do like one potential, basically. It's not how we worded it, but that's basically what it was. And I felt so good today. I was exhausted because I worked overtime yesterday, but I felt so good. And so like he says this in his books. You know, when you sit down to do a meditation, you don't want to get up as the same person. At least with his meditations, I suspect. And so I feel like that's happened, but not on this level. So that's why I'm like rethinking my strategy here. But like I am doing them every day, right? Except for what happened Thursday. I didn't do one. So I'm trying to decide how to do this, but it's still the same concept for his meditations. Like there's a way to get you to this place. You see it, your future in front of you, right? That kind of thing. So, excuse me. I felt just like, once again, it's like hard to put into words. Like, I felt so good today, and not like walking around smiling stupidly, which I've had before when I've been really like aligned, but I was so calm. So let me tell you what I did here. So it was basically like you're in front of this infinite intelligence, like ask it for what you want, you know? And I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry. Um, and so I really thought about it, and I was like, so vulnerable post here. I was like, I want a normal brain. I want a normal brain. And something I've come to realize this year is that I'm I'm sorry. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not trying to officially diagnose myself in any way. But short of having a degree in medicine, I'm really sure that I have ADD. I don't know about ADHD, but just like that, and I'm sure I've had it my whole life. My mom realized that the same thing, right? Like she has it now, and she's probably had it her whole life. And so I realized, and so it's been about this year, maybe the end of last year, but it's really been about, not beating myself up over it. This is why I am the way I am. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. I had some like emotional and maybe a little bit of mental trauma, but emotional trauma a little bit growing up, right? So there is a little bit of that, but I think a lot of it was this. And so I was like, and so now that I realize it, especially at work where I'm in a position where I am relied on heavily, and I do have to stay organized, and I do really good with my job, and I do love my job, but I find I am really exhausted, and while I am on my feet all day, a lot of times it's mental training because I have to overcompensate like so hard, so hard. And I was like, I want a normal brain. I want to be able to like, write things down you need to do in the day and follow through with them. Because a big thing with ADD is the executive dysfunction, I believe it's called, where you're like, you got all this stuff to do and you're just, for whatever it is, you can't do it. And I thought for me that was a trauma response. And of course there may be a little bit of that in there, and so I was like, I want to be able to do this stuff and knock it out, right? I want to be able to keep my place clean. I want to be able to, XYZ, all this stuff. I want a normal brain. And I've worked really hard with anxiety. I've been doing really good with that, I feel like. I don't remember if I'm taking a supplement for it. I was like, there's something I'm doing for my anxiety, which has worked amazing. Go follow, she's the anxiety dietitian. She is a very, very good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine. And she's doing amazing things with that channel. I'm so excited for her. But she talks about a supplement on there, or you can message her about it. And I'm taking that, and today it was just like, other than just being wildly exhausted, because I worked, the overtime was till midnight, wildly exhausted. So I was just like, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Because even being tired, so we went to Costco. I went to Costco with my family today, to pick up some things with them, and ours is like a 5-ring circus. Like, it's insanity on a Saturday afternoon, pretty much every day, but Saturday afternoon is just insane. And even if I'm exhausted, I don't usually go because, sorry about the air conditioner, you guys. I don't usually go because I get really anxious, like all the people, and you gotta maneuver, and all, and it's just, like, I don't even like driving over there. I just let one of them drive if I need to go, because I cannot. I cannot. So, and I didn't feel any of it at all. I was like, this is craziness. So, I like where this is going. So once again, like, no attachment, right? You just go with it, let it unfold for whatever's right for you, right? You just go with it. I also had talked about in another video about working on, like, being the same person that I'm viewing in the future as I am, being that person in the 3D in my real world that I'm viewing in the future, right? So, like, I'm trying to be really careful about, like, complaining, like, especially, like, at work, right? Like, because for a lot of people, like, work's not perfect, right? Even if you love your job, people are different, right? And I've been trying to be really careful with that. And so again, it could have just been because I was so tired, but I didn't say much. I just moved through my day. It was craziness. Like, I don't know any other word for it. And it felt so good. So I feel like I might move to this one for now. Mostly because I think his first book was Breaking the Habit of Being You. First or second book, I think it was his first book. And not even sometimes, when you're trying to do this, because I've tried to do meditations like this, and like, it's hard to undo a lot of stuff, right? Like, there's stuff he talks about, and I'll save it for another video, but like, sometimes it's hard to get there because you got to undo all this stuff, and I think maybe that's where I need to start. Because I have done a lot of work and I've come so far, and I'm super proud of myself, right? Like, that's not a dig on me. So I think I'm going to start there. And when it feels right, sprinkle in that other tune into your potentials meditation. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'll post that on the YouTube to let them know. But it was so nuts to feel that way today, and it was so great just to feel, so we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. So thank you all for being here. This is super exciting, and I'll talk to you guys later.